Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to episode 95 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe to your favorite, and please leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xbox in 10. To start, let's talk game releases. The big games out last week were Borderlands 3 The Director's Cut, Doom Eternal The Ancient Gods Part 2, The Outer Worlds Murder on Eridanos, and Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse. The games coming out this week include Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace, Sanity of Morris, Paradise Lost, Rip Them Off, El Hijo A Wild West Tale, Black Legend, Yakuza 6 The Song of Life, Clea 2, Immortals Phoenix Rising, Myths of the Eastern Realm, Evil Inside, Octopath Traveler, Tank Brawl 2 Armor Fury, Space-Based Startopia, Genesis Noir, It Takes Two, Kays and the Wild Masks, Balan Wonderland, Revoto, Original Complex, and Die with Glory. Big week for games. It was also a big week for Xbox Game Pass with new games announced. Right now you can now play Undertale on Cloud Console and PC, Empire of Sin on Cloud Console and PC, Nier Automata on PC, Star Wars Squadrons on console, Torchlight 3 on PC. On March 25th, you can play the following: Genesis Noir on console and PC, Octopath Traveler on console and PC, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition on PC, Superland on PC, Yakuza 6 The Song of Life on Cloud Console and PC. On March 30th, you can play Narita Boy on Cloud Console and PC. And on April 1st, you can play Outriders on cloud and console. Big release there, same day and date on Xbox Game Pass. Now onto last week's biggest news stories, and we have 10 to cover this week, so brace yourselves for a long show. Number 1, Xbox Game Pass for PC finally gets EA Play tomorrow. Mike Fahey at Kotaku writes, planned for a release late last year but delayed until now, EA Play comes to Xbox Game Pass for PC tomorrow at no additional cost to subscribers, complete with the newly added Star Wars Squadrons. The cycle that started with an announcement last September is finally complete. Starting on March 18th, EA Play for PC becomes part of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Game Pass for PC, giving subscribers free access to more than 60 EA games, including Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, FIFA 20, Titanfall 2, and Need for Speed Heat. They'll also get trials of new games, discounts on purchases, and other special member-only content. This is a big story as PC gamers have been waiting for this since last September, and it's finally coming now to Xbox Game Pass for PC. Xbox Game Pass for PC does have a lot to catch up with the console version of the service. The console version seems to get many more and newer games, leaving PC players in the dust a little bit. Overall, it is still undoubtedly the best value in gaming, so cheers to all you PC gamers. Number 2, Xbox Showcase announced, focusing on indies. Matt Kim at IGN writes, ID at Xbox Microsoft's Indie Games Wing is teaming up with Twitch to host its first indie showcase on March 26th. Xbox is promising over 100 games at the event, including new debut trailers and gameplay for titles like Stalker 2, Second Extinction, and more. The ID at Xbox Indie Showcase will premiere on Friday, March 26th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and will be hosted exclusively on Twitch. Xbox is promising over 100 games total from indie developers worldwide, including from well-known developers like Devolver Digital, Drinkbox, Curve Digital, and more. Over 25 game reveals and gameplay trailers will also be at the event, though Xbox only names a handful like Stalker 2, Second Extinction, The Ascent, The Wild at Heart, Void Train, and XO1, though Xbox promo image contains games like 12 Minutes. I'm very excited to see what Xbox shows in their first ID at Xbox event for the year. It's exciting because a lot of these games are going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass at no additional cost to us the gamers, and just pump more of that 12 minutes game right into my veins. Number 3, Xbox Series X and S Auto HDR feature coming to over 1,000 PC games. Sean Carey at True Achievements writes, Microsoft is bringing the Xbox Series XS's Auto HDR feature to games running on Windows 10 PCs, starting with a preview that's currently available for Windows insiders. Auto HDR is an impressive AI feature Microsoft implemented into the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, and although it's not quite the same as native HDR support, it still offers much richer and more immersive visuals for games running in SDR. Auto HDR is also used in some older titles which were developed before HDR was even a thing, to elevate the game's overall visual quality. Now Auto HDR is coming to Windows PCs, and when enabled and paired with an HDR monitor, this feature will be applied to over 1,000 DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 titles. This is going to be a really cool free edit feature to all the PC gamers. I love when this pops up and I play old games on my Series X, such as Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic from the OG Xbox. Just looks so much better, and such kudos to the technology teams at Microsoft and the backwards compatibility teams making these old games look great. Number 4, Xbox gets new suspend feature to help with slow download speeds. Ethan Gotcha Kotaku writes, download speeds on consoles are notoriously bad, especially if your internet isn't lightning fast to begin with. A new feature rolling out now on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S for Xbox insiders is aimed at improving them by making it easier to suspend existing games while downloading new ones. Quote, suspend in the queue will let you download at full speed while making sure your game remains resumable or quick resumable on Series X and S, end quote, Xbox engineering lead Eden Mary wrote on Twitter yesterday. Currently, downloads are a lot slower when you have a game open because Xbox consoles reserve some of their connection capacity for the potential online functionality of whatever is being played. The new suspend option will let you put your current game on hold without opening a new one in order to get the faster download speed. This is a really cool feature that just makes the functionality of working in Xbox that much nicer. Maybe only hardcore gamers know, but it is always best to quit out of all of your games and apps when you're trying to download something, maybe like an update to play with your friends, as download speeds are considerably faster. This makes it far more visible as there's just a simple button in the download queue to suspend my current game to increase your download speeds. Number 5, Xbox mobile app update reintroduces achievements. Sean Carey at True Achievements writes, following last week's announcement, Microsoft has now begun rolling out an update for the Xbox mobile app that reintroduces the sorely missed achievements feature. The update is available to download for a limited set of players on both Android and iOS. This first update makes it so you can view achievement lists, various achievement details, and adds achievement unlocked notifications. Microsoft says it's planning to add popular features such as a gamerscore leaderboard in a further update in the coming months. As someone who does care about getting achievements in games, it sucked when they removed this from the Xbox mobile app, so it's a nice perk to see this coming back soon. Number 6, Life is Strange True Colors coming in September, no episodic release. Joe Scrubbles at IGN writes, Life is Strange True Colors has been announced for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, and Stadia with a September 10th release date, and it will be the first game in the series not to be released episodically. Announced in the Spring 2021 Square Enix Presents broadcast, True Colors is a full new installment in the series developed by Life is Strange Before the Storm studio, Deck 9, and tells a brand new story with almost entirely new characters in a new location. While left somewhat vague by the presentation, Deck 9 says players will be able to use Alex's powers from the very beginning of the game, and teases that you'll be able to move freely around Haven Springs. This could point to a less linear narrative or a more open world, but it's not totally clear at this point. Unlike every other Life is Strange game, True Colors will be released in its entirety on September 10th, although it will still be split into 5 chapters, so those who prefer to take a break between sections can step away. While retaining the look of previous games, Deck 9 says True Colors is a next-generation take on Life is Strange, employing full performance capture for the first time and becoming the most visually advanced entry in the series. Life is Strange series creator Don't Nod is currently working on a new franchise, and it appears Deck 9 has been picked by publisher Square Enix to continue the series instead. As a huge Life is Strange series fan, I cannot wait to get my hands on this game September 10th. I love that they're not doing episodic releases. I love how much better it looks visually, and cannot wait to play this game in its entirety as soon as I can get my hands on it. Number 7, Life is Strange Remastered Collection announced. Joe Scrubbles at IGN writes, Life is Strange Remastered Collection is a bundle of Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange Before the Storm with enhanced visuals and animations, and it's arriving in fall 2021. Announced in the same Square Enix Presents broadcast, the collection will be available as a standalone package, but will also be part of the Ultimate Edition of the newly announced Life is Strange True Colors. The remastered games will include updated character and environment visuals, improved animation with facial mocap performances, and engine and lighting upgrades. This is awesome news too, as I first played the game originally on the Xbox One back in the day, but the original Life is Strange is an original 360 game. Can't wait to see how much better this game looks and how it holds up, as I haven't played the game since my first time through. A little disappointing they didn't do the same touch-up features to Life is Strange 2, but that game is significantly newer than these games. Number 8, Marvel's Avengers 2021 content roadmap revealed, including a Black Panther expansion. Joseph Yaden at Escapist Magazine writes, as part of the Square Enix Presents digital event, a hefty 2021 roadmap for Marvel's Avengers was announced, detailing content that will come to the game starting this month into spring and beyond. Starting things off is the Operation Hawkeye Future Imperfect DLC, which has just gone live today alongside the PS5 and Series XS versions of the game. It features the Clint Barton version of Hawkeye along with new story content. Following that is the Tachyon Anomaly event, set to launch sometime this spring. This will temporarily allow players to utilize any combination of heroes on their team and will apply to all mission types. You'll be able to mix and match your squad as you see fit, including duplicate characters. After that, we'll come to the Red Room Takeover, a Black Widow themed add-on that will feature new Harm Room content and additional outfits. Square Enix also laid out more information about what's to come beyond that. And this other Marvel's Avengers players will get the Cosmic Cube DLC, featuring a new Scientist Supreme villain sector that sends players to a frozen tundra. Later on in the summer, you'll get to play Wasteland Patrol, which is a new patrol mode mission type that allows you to explore the largest warzone area to date, complete quests, and earn rewards without the constraints of a mission. You can complete assignments here at your leisure. All of that is topped off with the War for Wakanda Black Panther expansion, set to release later in the year. This expansion will feature Black Panther as a playable character, new outfits, new villains, story content, and additional jungle biome and outpost, all for free. While it seems like this game isn't doing very well, it is good to see that Square Enix is still supporting this game. As a huge MCU fan, I can't believe this game does nothing for me. I said on the show before that I'd give it a chance when it came to next-gen consoles, but I just don't have the itch. Hopefully they continue to work on and improve the game, and from what I hear from hardcore fans is there's just nothing to do when you hit top level. I'll be intrigued to give this game a chance one day, but that day is no time soon. Number 9, Gotham Knights delayed to 2022. Matt Kim at IGN writes, Gotham Knights has been delayed until 2022. WB Games Montreal's co-op Batman game was originally meant to be released sometime this year, but that will no longer be the case. According to a statement released on the official Gotham Knights Twitter account, the team says the title will launch worldwide in 2022. WB says the delay is so the team can have more time to deliver the best possible experience for players. Gotham Knights is a co-op take on the open-world Batman action game. Players can choose to play as either Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and Red Hood, each of whom had their own playstyle. Gotham Knights supports 2-player co-op, so a friend online can join you in the open-world Gotham City. Right at the top of my backlog and pile of shame is having never played the Arkham games. I'm really excited to get my hands on Gotham Knights and be able to play it with a friend. It just sucks that we won't be able to play it this year, but take the time, make the game better, and deliver a high quality product at launch. And number 10, Dying Light 2 expected to release in 2021, Techland prepares to share more details. Tom West at True Achievements writes, Dying Light 2 is expected to be released later this year as revealed in the latest update video from the video game developer Techland. The team have attempted to reassure fans that the game is almost ready to be talked about. Details surrounding the upcoming horror game Dying Light 2 have been limited since its announcement at E3 in 2018. Leading to concerns over the state of the game, the team has released a short video that includes a snippet of the game, some colorful fan comments, and a message to us all. For all those hardcore Dying Light fans, worry not, the game is still under development and is expected to release this year. Obviously we know we can't trust that too much, but at least they're still talking about it with more details coming soon. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and given the EA Play addition to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for PC, I thought we'd do a little history lesson on that service itself. On April 18th, 2019, Microsoft announced Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, a new tier that combines both Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold into a single subscription package. It became available for testing to Xbox insiders that same day, while general availability began on June 9th, 2019. On June 9th, 2019, Microsoft announced that Game Pass for PC would launch in open beta, and this would be included in the Ultimate Bundle. While Game Pass for PC has some work to catch up to the Xbox console version of the service, including working on that terrible application for PC and how you manage and work your games, it's still an unbelievable value for all you PC gamers, and you should absolutely be an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate member if you own a console and a gaming PC. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes, maybe a little longer this week since there was just so much news to talk about. If you like the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast service, share it with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week I just have unfortunately not had any time to game, but me and my girlfriend have continued our journey through rewatching the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and my god, what an achievement. My name is Brandon Rose, you can follow me on Xbox at Brosa93. Hope you all have a great week, stay safe, and keep on gaming.